What's going on, everybody? Jacob here, JK Productions. We have the Miami Heat and New York Knicks tonight in a Game 4, a pivotal game for New York Knicks, where they will be going down 3-1 in the series heading back to New York. It has not quite been the Jimmy Butler show, which most of us expected. Jimmy Butler missed Game 2 with a rolled ankle, and in the two games he has played, he's put up 26.5 points, which is still excellent, but definitely far off from what we saw in the Milwaukee Bucks series. The New York Knicks, with only one game, having won that one game without Jimmy Butler, I've noticed quite a few things about the Knicks game that I believe they're either utilizing incorrectly or not utilizing enough. And these couple keys would be huge for the New York Knicks to try to turn this series around. So one thing in particular that I've noticed about the New York Knicks is how they use their bigs. Now, Julius Randle is very different from both Hartenstein and Robinson, but he does get used in a similar manner every now and then. And what we see here in this play, a double ball screen for Jalen Brunson on Gabe Vincent allows to get the ball back to Julius Randle and have a one-on-one opportunity here with Jimmy Butler. I do like Julius Randle getting the ball one-on-one with Jimmy Butler. However, I would like to see him receive the ball more often on the inside, especially when he has the size mismatch with Jimmy Butler that he does have here. Although getting the ball to Julius Randle's hands is never really a bad thing, and I do like seeing him get this work, especially when you only have Zeller in the paint back on defense. So that does open up a good opportunity for Randle to get into the paint. But what I want to focus in on here, the play that I've seen from the Knicks quite a few times, is when we see Randle get into the paint, you see Hartenstein here. He's not looking for the ball. He's immediately looking for the closest defender to come over and screen. What's that going to do is open up Josh Hart for the three-pointer. We see him turn and face, get Cody Martin, and it leads to a wide open corner three opportunity for Josh Hart. This ball does eventually go in for a three-point shot from the Knicks, which ultimately didn't really mean too much because of how far they were down. But this is a play that I've seen run quite a few times, and I don't believe they've used it quite enough. Jalen Brunson bring the ball up court, and that definitely, again, opens up the space for Randle. But Hartenstein and Robinson, I believe, can really be key to a Knicks comeback. These plays here where they're able to get the corner three wide open is definitely something that I would love to see the Knicks utilize a little bit more. But beyond that, just utilizing them in the offense to begin with. So what we have here on this play is the Miami Heat falling back into their 2-3 defense, which quite a few times we've seen the Heat go to. And starting out the play, Hartenstein setting a pick for Jalen Brunson, who again is the primary ball handler, and both primary defenders swarm towards Brunson on the play. And this eventually leaves a Hartenstein wide open at the free throw line. And both bigs, Hartenstein and Robinson, have been massively left wide open here at the free throw line, especially in the 2-3 zone, which is the weak point of the 2-3 zone. Hartenstein by no means is an elite offensive player. However, when you have this mismatch of more than 10 feet of space between Hartenstein and the paint defender, which is Kyle Lowry in the moment, you have a double team with the Miami Heat's big of Cody Zeller and Gabe Vincent. There is no thought at any point in this by Jalen Brunson to get Hartenstein the ball. And this is one of the few opportunities that Hartenstein actually looks for the ball instead of going to set yet another screen. He is left wide open here. And there's not even a thought by Brunson to give Hartenstein the ball here. This is a shot that, as a big, whether you shoot it right here or take it closer into the paint, this is a shot you have to be able to hit. And if the Heat don't respect it, they can continue to double team Jalen Brunson or whoever the ball handler is on these opportunities. Something that I think would be a good switch for the Knicks if they're going to completely disregard Hartenstein is when the Heat fall back into a 2-3, instead of this being Hartenstein, being Julius Randle. Because if Julius Randle has this much opportunity in the paint and Zeller does eventually come back over, he's taking that and more likely than not going up and be able to finish that. We've seen the Knicks really neglect their big men in their offense throughout this series. And this is another example here of the on-ball and off-ball screens that Hartenstein has been setting this series. And to his credit, he's done a very good job at doing so. You see the initial screen by Barrett. He's going to roll out to the three-point line, and a second screen coming from Hartenstein on Vincent. And then immediately, again, we see Hartenstein going to Butler to set that screen. And you have a 2-on-1 on the right side of the floor here. Now, the ball does eventually find its way back to Barrett, leading to a three-point opportunity, which he converts. However, Hartenstein needs to find the ball. 2-on-1 on that side of the floor, Jimmy Butler, RJ Barrett, it does result in a made three-point baskets. But there has been so many opportunities beyond these three that I've seen here that both Hartenstein and Robinson can get more involved into this offense. And if they don't do so, we've seen how this has gone. We've seen the Knicks without bigs. You look at who's on the floor right now for Miami. Vincent, you see Strus, Kevin Love, you see Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler. This is not a big group by the Miami Heat. Julius Randle and Hartenstein can be a fierce duo down low if they work in a two-man game compared with Jalen Brunson, where you're looking to get to the ball to either of them. It's a good opportunity to get the bigs of the Miami Heat in early foul trouble. So it really does not make a lot of sense for me for why the Knicks are reluctant to go to their big men so much. This is a massive game for the New York Knicks with an opportunity to tie the series 2 apiece, taking back home floor, going back to New York. Or they could find themselves trailing 3-1 with the Miami Heat on the doorstep of the Eastern Conference Finals. Let me know who you want to win between these two massive teams, the Heat and the Knicks. Do you want to see the Heat complete this, be one of the first, if not the first, 8 seeds to make the Eastern Conference Finals? Or do you want to see New York represent the Eastern Conference Finals? Let me know your predictions for the game tonight down below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and have a great rest of your day. Take care, everybody.